Hi, Dr. S. That is my way of saying I'm not going to start my video just yet. I wanted to just give you a little introduction and say hi and meet you. I'm Liz. I was in, this is my second course with you. The first course that I took with you is pharmacology, and now we're taking clinical supervision together. I'm only in week 2, and I'm a little late on this assignment. But I got it done. I'm just finishing up my reflection, and I should be sending it in tonight. Today's Friday. The assignment was due Monday. I had a crisis. I recently moved from Oregon to Michigan, which I think you may remember from my introduction on our discussion boards, and also last class. I was traveling across the United States by car by myself, and I got behind between packing and all. I got behind 1 week on assignments, and I think you might remember me sending you an email. But I had to fly to Oregon on Tuesday. My daughter is in the hospital. I have 4 children. I have a daughter in Oregon who has psychiatric problems, and due to a long history of substance abuse followed by mental illness, which is dual diagnosis and quite common today with so many people, and it's been a really rough week. It's Friday. She's in the hospital. She's been in the psych ward for a week, and will be in until Tuesday, at which time we are going to be making some decisions about what she's going to be doing and where she's going to be going. It's a long story, but it's very stressful. So when I wrote this video script, I kind of had some of this in my mind, and I was trying to come up with a great example of simple bottoms-up parallel processing. This information and this coursework is extremely complex, especially for someone who's a novice in actual clinical work. I have a bachelor's degree in community development and have worked for a long time in business, and have never worked in a helping or social service sort of capacity. So this master's program is taking me on a new trajectory, which I hope I can give back in my later years and really help others. So that being said, I don't have any clinical experience with therapy, and I thought to myself that my example of parallel processing here might be something that I actually would find myself doing as a new counselor. So maybe you can, see what I'm talking about. I hope I did a good job. I have a little bit of technology issue, not technology, professionalism as far as depicting 2 people in video, because I don't have anybody to be in the video with me. And with COVID, it's not easy to find anybody. So I just will try putting a picture of this person that I kept on my phone, and I wrote Julie on it. I have a feeling it's going to go black or dead, in which case I'll just turn the computer a little to the side, and you can pretend that she's there. But for now, that's Julie. Okay, so let me get started on this. It won't be very long, but I hope you like it, and I hope it's a good reflection of parallel processing. Excuse me, too, for looking down. Hello, Julie. I'm excited to hear about your session with Tess this week. You had your second meeting with Tess. Thank you for your email and your outline of the session. You sent it out so promptly. Tess seems to really be connecting with you. First, for today, please share your overall thoughts of how the session went. Hi, Dr. K. I've been so looking forward to talking to you. Thank you. I'm feeling more confident after the last session. I feel it went really well. My client, Tess, is soft-spoken but resilient, and she's had so much stress piled on her these last few years due to her daughter's psychological problems, her meth addiction, her problems with the law, financial problems, all of it. This week I discovered that Tess is thinking about taking on custody of her daughter's 2 children. These are really tough decisions for her. We focused on some of her fears of all the responsibility taking on the kids would entail. It took me a while to get some traction in the session, though I think Tess wanted to share so many details and was feeling overwhelmed. Well, I'm glad to hear that you gained traction with Tess during the session. Please tell me more about that traction and how you achieved it. Well, I felt that Tess's new stressors needed to be managed, of course, kept in perspective. We discussed the importance of keeping her grandchildren safe and away from a home environment that would lead to neglect or abuse. I gave Tess some resources on how to pursue legal adoption in the state of Tennessee should she need to go that route. Tess seemed to get more relaxed after that, and then we worked on the last half of the session, on some of her thoughts surrounding her daughter's drug use, and we began to dig into some history of her ex-husband's relationship with her daughter. At the end of the session, I told her I was really impressed with her new resolve, even though I'm just not convinced she felt stronger or more able to cope. Well, clients must often unpack quite a bit in the beginning sessions, Julie. I completely understand, and I'm sensitive to that when we discuss how these first sessions are going, especially. Another consideration as you elaborate on this, it's really important to remain focused on the goals of therapy. If not always in words, always with intention in every single session. Sounds like that makes sense here? Maybe, yeah. I am 100% committed to Tess, though, and her success in her therapy. I mean, every time I've met with her, I've been 100% committed. Well, your commitment and empathy for Tess is very apparent, and that's wonderful, Julie. But let's take a look at this through a new lens. Recalling Tess's goals for therapy as drawn up in your therapeutic contract, is it possible for you to recap or share those with me again? Well, yes. Tess came into therapy because she said she no longer had any respect for herself. She stated that her sense of self was fading, stretched so thin by worry and concern and time given to her daughter's issues with drugs, in and out of jail, etc. It has been a real burden to her, and she wants to empower herself so she doesn't feel so run down and emotionally drained. She had just joined Al-Anon, which was good, and she was having some real aha moments about codependency and learning to detach. Anyway, those were her primary goals. It is so hard to be the mother of an addict. Really takes a toll on mental health and overall health. On a scale of 1 to 10, Julie, how much of the session do you think was committed to Tess's sense of self or focus on her individual needs? This exercise might help you sort through the session a little too. I see where you're heading with this, Dr. K. Not near 10, that's for sure. I may be over-identifying with Tess and getting caught up in the same details that used to affect me when I was struggling with my own daughter's addiction. Finding Tess's goal line and staying on that might be hard for me. It is almost as if I have to help myself through the same therapy. Well, I think that you can do this and you can really help Tess. You may be over-identifying with Tess and losing track of why she is in therapy, yes. But while helping her sort out adoption issues may feel like you're helping, it is the focus on Tess and helping her with coping mechanisms that is the most important. It's vital to not allow her daughter to hijack the therapy session as she has hijacked so much of Tessa's life. When you have your next session, I'm sure you'll be way more aware and prepared of this happening. Your intuitive ability to see what is happening is really, really fantastic. Tell you what, I'll have a long look at the video of the session and get back with you with even more insight if you'd like. Of course, yes, that would be great. Thank you so much for your help, Dr. K. Thank you so much. The end. I'm so sorry that Julie's face turned out to be a beta fish throughout the entire video. Anyway, I hope you liked that, and I will set some time aside to finish my reflection tonight and get this all sent off to you. And I hope you have a wonderful day or evening whenever you see this. Thank you very much, Dr. S. See you in the classroom.